Long before cities, kingdoms, or even farming existed, winter was humanity's greatest enemy. Across vast frozen landscapes, temperatures plunged far below freezing, icy winds cut through the wilderness, and food almost disappeared. There were no heated shelters, no warm clothing stores, and no stocked kitchens waiting behind a door. Every snowfall threatened to erase entire families from existence. Yet against all odds, ancient humans survived. Their struggle against deadly winters became one of the greatest survival stories in human history, and it transformed our species forever. The first challenge wasn't simply the cold. It was everything the cold destroyed. Rivers froze solid, plants disappeared beneath snow, and many animals migrated hundreds of miles in search of warmer lands. A hunter could walk for days across silent white plains without finding enough food to feed a single family. Hunger weakened people, making them even more vulnerable to freezing temperatures. Winter became a relentless chain reaction where every problem created another. Ancient humans quickly realized that surviving winter couldn't depend on strength alone. They had to think ahead. During warmer seasons, groups followed migrating herds, collecting far more food than they immediately needed. Meat was sliced into thin strips and dried in cold air or smoked over slow-burning fires. Animal fat, packed with precious calories, became one of the most valuable resources of all. These simple methods allowed food to last for weeks or even months when hunting became impossible, but storing food solved only half the battle. The human body constantly loses heat, and exposed skin can become dangerously cold within minutes. Early humans turned the animals they hunted into life-saving protection. Thick hides became coats, leggings, boots, and blankets. Instead of wasting fur, they carefully cleaned and stitched skins together using bone needles and threads made from animal sinew. Layer by layer, these handmade clothes trapped warm air close to the body, creating a natural shield against freezing winds. Even the warmest clothing couldn't protect people if they slept in the open. This forced another breakthrough. Ancient families searched for caves whenever possible because solid rock blocked icy winds and held a more stable temperature than the outside air. Where caves didn't exist, they built shelters using mammoth bones, wooden branches, mud, and thick animal hides stretched tightly across sturdy frames. Some shelters were partly dug into the ground, allowing the surrounding earth to act as natural insulation. These homes weren't comfortable by modern standards, but they dramatically increased the chances of surviving another freezing night. Inside these shelters burned humanity's greatest ally, fire. Long before winter survival became routine, humans had learned to control flames. During harsh winters, that knowledge became priceless. Fires provided warmth, cooked frozen meat, melted snow into drinking water, hardened wooden spear tips, and frightened away predators searching for easy prey. Archaeological discoveries show that some Ice Age camps carefully preserved glowing embers overnight so they wouldn't have to create a new fire every morning, a difficult task in freezing weather. Yet another danger still remained. Winter demanded enormous amounts of energy. Hunting large animals across snow-covered landscapes required teamwork unlike anything humans had practiced before. Rather than hunting alone, groups coordinated carefully, surrounding reindeer, bison, horses, or even mammoths. Every successful hunt fed entire communities. Bones became tools, hides became clothing, sinew became thread, and fat fueled both bodies and lamps. Almost nothing was wasted because survival left no room for carelessness. This dependence on cooperation slowly changed human society itself. Families shared food with injured hunters, older members passed down knowledge about weather patterns and animal migrations, while skilled toolmakers crafted stronger weapons for everyone. Winter rewarded groups that worked together and punished those divided by conflict. Over countless generations, cooperation became one of humanity's greatest evolutionary advantages. As ice ages continued, humans adapted in remarkable ways. Some populations developed stockier body shapes that conserved heat more efficiently, while cultural innovations spread even faster than biological changes. Better shelters, improved clothing, sharper stone tools, and more effective hunting strategies allowed people to expand into regions that once seemed impossible to inhabit. Areas covered by glaciers gradually became places where determined communities could endure year after year. In the end, ancient humans didn't survive deadly winters because they were the strongest creatures on Earth. Many Ice Age animals were larger, faster, and better suited to freezing climates. Humans survived because they could learn, cooperate, invent, and prepare for dangers long before they arrived. Every stitched fur coat, every carefully tended fire, every shared meal, and every shelter built against the wind represented a small victory over one of nature's harshest challenges. Those victories shaped the resilience, creativity, and determination that still define humanity today. Every warm home we enter during winter carries the distant legacy of ancestors who refused to let the cold write the final chapter of their story.